We are indeed living in strange times. So strange, in fact, I think that many of us have become so numb to events and our surroundings that we barely recognize the bizarre nature of the reality simulation we currently inhabit. And this video is more of an interactive mental exercise, if you will, where you, the viewer, will help me by adding things in the description that I may have forgotten, because there is, in fact, clearly a glitch in the matrix. Now that the Paris Olympics have kicked off, I thought I'd spotlight the city itself, not on the vast numbers of unsold tickets or the crime-ridden start to the games, the mocking of Christianity with its opening ceremony, even the drama that has occurred in some of the events like boxing, for example, but more on the mental maladies that afflict some who actually visit the City of Light. I want to tell you about a recent incident that is quite related, in that an Italian man, he suffered a heart attack while viewing Botticelli's Venus. Luckily, the man was attended to by 4 doctors who were also within the same gallery, which is located in Florence, Italy, and was rushed to a hospital where he recovered. It's speculated that the man was struck by an affliction known as symptoms include a racing heartbeat, vertigo, fainting, confusion, and even hallucinations. Usually occur when the victim is exposed to a high concentration of classical art or breathtaking natural beauty, and is well documented, especially in the Tuscan city. Moreover, again, according to the Telegraph, the staff at Florence's Santa Maria Nuova hospital, that is the hospital that basically intakes most of its patients. Now, this isn't going to be a long video, it's just going to go back a bit, and so let's just go back 4 years. And after the riots that destroyed entire areas of American cities on the pretext of the sainthood of a career criminal and lifetime of a man spent hurting others, we had what we were told the cleanest and most honest elections in human history. Fortified, they called them. The candidate that basically hid in the basement for the entire campaign season, he got more votes than any other in American history. After that, there are a bunch of yahoos that entered the Capitol building taking selfies, and this has been called one of the darkest days in American history. After which we get a president which the party, the government, and the regime media call the sharpest of sharp tacks, and in complete and total control of his mental acuities. And this goes on for 4 years. And very few press conferences are given, as well as very few interviews. But the ones that are allowed to slip through the cracks are deeply troubling in terms of anyone with eyes to see, and any deviation from the controlled narrative is hammered down by social media companies that work as the information spigot for the global capital regime. Along the way is a humiliating withdrawal from Afghanistan, followed by probably one of the least necessary conflicts in human history. And this breaks out with a leader who is so small, so tiny, so little, and he likes to cosplay G.I. Joe, while our own dear leader, likes to have photo ops of himself eating ice cream. Doubts about his mental faculties continue since he was put in office. And as he never appears in public, the very few times that he does, he embarrasses himself. And then the debate happens, and those pulling the marionette strings realize they can no longer use this rotting vegetable as their frontman, as he's exposed for all to see, especially those that haven't been paying attention. However, Biden himself vows to go on to the bitter end and defeat Trump in November. And then in less than a month, there's an attempt made on Trump's life, but he miraculously survives. However, nothing is explained, and it takes weeks for anyone to be held accountable. Biden still refuses to bow out of the race, despite calls from all sides, including his own party and regime media that has been lying and covering up his condition for years. And somehow then he contracts COVID and disappears. And then a single photocopied letter appears on social media saying he is bowing out of the race and endorsing Kamala Harris, which is basically the most unpopular vice president in history. So unpopular, in fact, that Kamala Harris was less popular in 2023 than Dick Cheney was after he shot a guy in the face. Kamala then bypasses the Democratic primary process and does backdoor deals with the bosses at the DNC and secures enough delegates to have herself installed as the new nominee, crystallizing for anyone with even a few brain cells of the undemocratic nature of the US political system. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because I don't think I've ever seen as much inorganic shilling and astroturfing as I have for Kamala Harris in any other candidate for any other election in my life. Even the most hardcore Democrat liberal, the most hardened of Marxists, she was at best a Xanaxed bimbo that rode the carousel to the top, and at worst, a danger to the party through her stupidity. But the party, polling companies, and regime media, well, they're all going absolutely nuts trying to convince people that Harris is the second coming of Barack Obama. Seriously, this is just the last 4 years. Have I missed anything? You know, all we need is another rioting season to distract the pros, and voila. And I'm pretty sure we'll find something to set them off before the end of summer. Now, of course, a patch and reboot is necessary. The question, however, is this: can any of this be fixed? Or an even better question is it not broken and working perfectly? Has the republic fallen, or was it an oligarchy masking itself as one from the start? As a postscript, I should also note that the economic and political situation in pretty much every other Western country is equally messed up. It just seems so much more clown worldish in the United States. Like, it might just be a matter of scale and absurdity, but it is an overall Western thing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'd like to ask you to check to see that you're still subscribed, as YouTube has unsubscribed tens of thousands of people without their knowledge or consent. Also, remember to check out my sponsor, Black Forest, with its new and revolutionary product that can help you, your health, and the health of your family. With that said, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.